What's up, guys? Spin Firearms here, and today we're going to talk about the CZ P-10S. And so this was a viewer requested video. They wanted a 1,000 round review. I've been over 1,000 rounds with this firearm for a while, but I just, for some reason, just never made a review of it. And this is honestly one of my favorite firearms. Any time I have this in one of my videos, I always let you guys know this is one of the best carry firearms on the market. I will get into why I don't carry it as much as I should, and I also will get into why you should carry this firearm. What it has above Glocks, what it has above other firearms. So CZ P-10S is the subcompact, right? Picture it without this base plate right here, right? You can only get 2 fingers on there, similar to your Glock 26, right? But you can add this base plate for a really good ergonomic grip. This is the Hive extension, and that's going to be a +3. So this is going to be 15 round setup. So similar to your Glock 19 in size, just a shorter barrel and slide. It's a 3.8 inch barrel. What does the CZ P-10S do really well? Well, the serrations are awesome. The finish on the slide is unbelievable. I actually like it better in Glocks. I like it better in my Smith & Wessons, which my Smith & Wessons have a top-notch finish on them. There's just something about it. The shininess, also the feel with these serrations are just great. They're perfectly placed. They're deep enough. They're not too aggressive. They're just what you need. Also, you have sights, right? This is one of the things I don't really like about the CZ P-10S. I did order new sights for them, but they are phosphorus sights. So, right, they have to charge up before they can work. They're not tritium, so they have to be sitting in light. Now, if you're carrying concealed, right, picture your shirt over it. There's going to be no light getting to that firearm. Therefore, if you have to draw, chances are those phosphorus sights will be out. Other than that, though, the amount of space in between that front post and the rear makes it for very accurate shots. I really like when they do that. I don't like having, like the Walther PPS has too much space in between the sights. The sights on this has very little room for error, makes it very easy on the eyes to get an accurate shot, and that's just the truth. I think having less space and the smaller box here that fits this front post really helps with accuracy, and you'd be surprised. You can even test it out, rent one of these. Another thing this firearm does better than my Glock 26 has a rail. A lot of people complain because the Glock 26 does not have a rail, so you have to get like the TLR6 and the nightstick that attach to that trigger guard. This has a rail, so basically you get whatever light you want for this thing. You can get the best of the best lights, TLR7As, you know, O lights, all that. Basically any light you want can go on this firearm, still in a nice compact setup or subcompact setup. Now this is one of those hybrid firearms. It has the longer barrel, the longer slide, but a shorter grip, which makes sense, right? For concealed carry, this is the easy part to hide. This is the hardest part to hide, right? This is where you print, right here. So they have that short grip, still 12+1 setup, or with the high grip, 15+1. But you still have that long barrel for accuracy. People will say speed, all that. In my opinion, when you're carrying concealed, and you're up close and personal, or within 100 yards of the person, let's even say 100 yards, you're going to be fine with shorter barrel firearms. It's going to be harder to shoot, but if you train, you can do it. Or sorry, I meant 100 feet. Sorry, guys. No issues with this firearm at all. This thing runs like unbelievable. When you rack the slide on this, it feels like butter on glass. I mean, that thing just, there's something about the guide rods and the way the slides are made on these CZs as well as Walthers. It just feels like it glides. It's a good feeling. Whereas like some other firearms, sometimes there's a little grit. There's a little, you know, like my Smith & Wesson Shield Plus rubs a little bit on that round and gives you a hard first time chambering that round. This thing just, it's smooth, guys. That's all I can say. Has a nice, it's indented a little bit with this right here, your slide stop. I don't know if you guys can see it. This comes out a little bit, making it flush. Therefore, you're not going to accidentally hit this. It's basically flush right as you rub right here, which is really nice. But because of the texturing and being able to get in this little crack right here, you can still get under it if you need to. Very easy to do, no issues there. Now, I love memory pads on firearms. I'm really big into this. Obviously, CZ does it better than Glock. See my Glock where the memory pads are? I had to add Handle Edge Series grips to them, which shout out to Handle Edge Series grips. Best grips in the business. Get the Edge Series. I'm telling you guys, get the Edge Series. It'll change your carry lifestyle. Anyways, awesome texturing on these memory pads. It's such a great tool for remembering to keep your finger off the trigger when you're first getting into firearms, and also such a great tool for helping you fight a little bit of recoil. Is it going to do much? No, but it does make you feel better when you are holding that firearm for fighting that recoil. So shout out to CZ for basically putting all these features on one firearm, right? Could have gone with tritium night sights. I would have paid an extra $50, $100 for it, but they didn't, and so I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. Now, the mag release, it's nothing special. It is what it is. It is better than the Glock, though. It shoots the mag out a little bit better than my other Glocks and so on, even better than my SIGs, but, I mean, it's just your average, nothing special. But the texturing on this firearm is perfect. Now, it's not as aggressive on the sides. It's aggressive where it needs to be, which is the back strap, which you can change out your back straps, and the front part. Because when you're holding onto your firearm, in all reality, this you don't need a ton of grip for. If your grip is good here and your grip is good here, that's all that matters. And this has good aggressive grip. Notice why I didn't add any grips to it, right? I had grips in my Glock 26. They're just not on because I messed them up. That's in another video. I screwed them up. That was my first time messing up my grips. But this has great texturing right out of the box. Now we're going to get into my favorite part about this firearm, other than its shootability, right? This trigger guard. You notice how big that is? It's so much bigger, and that trigger, even when it's ready to go, sits about here. So you have all this room to get a gloved finger in. If you live in a cold area, a place where it's snowy, cold, and so on, you want that extra room. This trigger only comes out to about here, which then goes into your trigger pull. The trigger pull on this firearm is unbelievable. It is crisp. The reset is super short. It just feels natural. It's a good trigger pull. It is definitely by far better than Glocks. I even like it better than my SIGs. I like it better than the X trigger on my SIGs. I don't like it better than the Shield Plus, but to be honest, for what this firearm is, this is the overall package right here. You can't go wrong with it. This has thousands of rounds through it now without any issues. And that slide finish just as clean as can be. As clean as can be. So the last thing I want to talk about is its shootability. The way it handles recoil. First of all, the trigger is spot on. It's perfect. It's what it needs to be. It's a great carry trigger. But like I said, the extra barrel weight, the extra slide weight, it may feel a little top heavy. It does feel like a pretty balanced firearm. But remember, that extra weight up here is definitely going to help with your recoil. And there's really little recoil on here. I'll just do a size comparison so you guys can get a good idea. Glock 26 on the right, CZ P-10S on the left. It is going to have that 3.8-inch barrel, 3.5-inch barrel, or 3.4. Then height, 12 rounds on the right, 15 on the left. They're about even with the 12-round mag in this. So they're about the same in width. Overall, unbelievable firearm, great firearm. Great choice for whether you're just getting into firearms. This would be a perfect beginner firearm for you. Or even if you're really into firearms, it's a great firearm overall. You'll really like this firearm. It takes down just like a Glock. It's just a good overall firearm. Nothing bad to say about it. The only reason I don't carry it as much is I do like a shorter barrel and slide. I find it much more comfortable to carry. So if they would have made their some compact similar to the Glock 26 in size, I would probably carry this a lot more. Have I carried this? Yes. I have Blacksmith Tactical holsters for it, 2 of them. And I can carry this in any way, in gym shorts, sweatpants, jeans, cargo pants, khaki pants, dress pants. And the thing is fine. It doesn't go anywhere. It's a great overall firearm that you can trust your life with. That is the CZ P-10S. Overall, amazing firearm.